Parrot TV, the voice for humanity.
Hello, welcome to the New York Parrot Literary Corner. I am Dustin Pickering, your host, and today we have David Haotian Dai, who is a well-known bilingual philosophical poet. He created poems in English and in Chinese upon inspiration. He is gifted with philosophical thoughts and poems. His philosophical poems, Love Talks Louder Than Money, won a Merit Award in International Poetry Contest. His poem, Smiles Are the Best Cosmetics, was included in the Sound of Poetry CD, narrated by an American radio announcer. And his philosophical poetry book, The Cry of Wisdom, was published by Amazon Digital Publishing Company. Some of his poems were set to music to sing and translated in Spanish and published in Spain and Chile. He regards poetry and arts as weapons of mass construction to enlighten people to embrace peace, love, and dream so as to make the world a better place to live, which reflect in his poems. David Haotian Dai was born in China and now resides in USA. He holds a BA degree in English language and literature and earned an MBA degree. Currently, he is president of Peace, Love, and Dream Art Foundation. Thank you for joining us today, David. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. Great.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that you're in good spirits. So my first question is regarding that. So you write philosophical poetry. Why do you choose philosophical poetry instead of, say, imagistic or emotive verse?
Yes, because philosophy means wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And people write something, whether a book or the poetry, either to inspire people and
Mm-hmm.
also to touch people's heart. So I noticed that many poetry don't have the philosophy or wisdom to inspire people. They only just simply to express their emotion. So I think we should both inspire the people and touch people's heart, and to make people understand the human love relationship and truth. Then people can be more wise, and so that people can love each other and the world will be more peaceful. So that's why I use the philosophical approach to write poems, write philosophical poems.
Right. So you approach it as a sort of peacekeeping tool and to make people think about love. So when did you first discover poetry as a philosophical tool? And do you remember when you wrote your first poem?
Okay. My first poem, my first philosophical poem is the Love Talks Louder Than Money. And when I was in the church, and the God love people, but the people love money. Then I thought, but why then there is a philosophical question occurred to me, which is more powerful, love or money? And then I was inspired, and love is more powerful than money. Money can buy a house, love can make a home. Imagine if a home without love, but only a big house, and husband and wife fight each other, the domestic violence. So which is more powerful, money or love? So then I think love is more, talks louder than money. So this is the first philosophical poems I wrote.
Excellent. So I'm curious about your activities in the poetry community. You have the Peace, Love, and Dream Art Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about that, what it is and what its mission is?
Yeah, okay. I initiated a vocal project entitled Peace, Love, and a Dream International Vocal Event. But I need the sponsorship and grants, need the money to roll out the project. So then I think I should set up a foundation and to collect money, grants to support this project. And later, I also can support other people, other artists in the world to create artworks in the theme of the theme love, peace, and a dream, because peace is the root of love and also the foundation of the human society. And if the society is full of violence, the society is no longer a human society. So when the society has peace, then also people can love each other. Then love is the flower of peace.
Mhm.
And also love, dream is the fruit of peace and love. When the society is full of peace and love, then people can have their dream, great dream, their dream to, they either can become a great man to help the other people, or to invent something, or just write, to be an artist, then to realize his dream. So that's the fruit. So that's why I think I should set up the foundation. First of all, to roll out my work project, then support artists all over the world to create more artworks of the theme, peace, love, and dream, to make the world a better place to live.
Wonderful. I applaud you for that. That's a great initiative. So have you met a lot of interesting people in that community that you work with, that you find that inspire you?
Yes, so my collaborator, the composer, is an Italian great composer, Angelo Inglis, and he also loved my project, so we can work together to collaborate. Also, I want to invite some singers in US or the world to join to join the project and to influence the society. So as a writer or poetry, your duty is to influence the society, to make the society to be a better society. That's the duty of every artist. So that's why I do that. And the politician to govern the society. But for artists, thinker, and to influence society, to change people's mind, attitude, and heart, and change better people into good people. That's the duty of artists, I think. And in order to avoid violence. So I was very upset by the recent violence in US and the world. And the people tend to be more violent than before. And so they try to use the violent approach to reach their ends. That's wrong. For a human society, we should use the peaceful means to reach our purpose, right? Because we're not animal, we're human beings, we have intelligence. Then we can figure out a peaceful way to solve problems. In the animal society, they only use force. They don't have intelligence. So that's why I write philosophical poems and also initiated this project.
Right. So you one of the missions you have in writing and in trying to bridge communities and end violence through art, you're trying to cultivate a positive approach and positive attitudes in people, using philosophy and wisdom and beauty to cultivate those mindsets. That's excellent. I'm glad you're doing that. So do you find that in your experience, I don't know how long it's been since you've left Shanghai, do you find that New York City is any different, or is there a lot of similarities between the cities?
Yeah, they're almost the same. They are metropolitans, and people are very busy, and there are a lot of artists and financiers. They want to realize their golden dream. Yeah, so I came to USA because I also want to realize my dream, American dream, to fulfill myself. Yeah, because God gave me talent. I should fully use my talent and to help people to better the world. And also, I like freedom and also equality and fraternity. And also, I think a democratic society is much better.
Right.
Yeah.
So what other themes do you mention in your book, Love Talks Louder Than Money, and how do you approach those themes?
Yeah, no, because love, without love, money can only satisfy your body, right? But love can content your soul. The people's soul is more important than body. So we have soul, so we are human being. Animals don't have souls because they only want to eat. So we have souls. We should satisfy our soul more than our body. If the society fully realized this truth, I think the human better nature greedy will be less and less. The human virtue will be more and more.
Right. I think that definitely, if we tempered our our greed, I think we could be a lot better as people. I think that's very true. And so that was a theme that you were addressing in your book, Love Talks Louder Than Money.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when you first sit down to write, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you purposely plan a poem, or does it just happen?
Happened. I wrote poem upon inspiration. When an idea occurred to me, then I immediately begin to write the scratch of the poem. Then later I then try to make it, I try to craft it with some literal figure of speech, try to make it more beautiful. But I think the inspirational idea is the source of poems. Without the inspiration idea from God or from the nature, your poem, you will never write excellent poems.
So without inspiration, do you have any ideas where inspiration comes from, or if it's something that just hits you and it comes from the heart and
Yeah,
goes to your hand into the poem?
Yeah, just like something touched me. Just for example, the other poem, "Smiles Are Best Cosmetics," right? Then I once went to a party and saw one girl with many cosmetics, but there is no smile on her face. But the other girl without any cosmetics, but she smiles, and more people like to the girl with smiles. Then I suddenly realized that smiles are the best cosmetics, right?
It's like a flash of wisdom that
Yeah,
came.
that's right.
Yeah.
So you suddenly realize something. I think this thing can be called enlightenment or inspiration.
Right. I usually sometimes say like a flash of wisdom in something. It
Yeah, that's
strikes
right.
me, and
Yeah.
and you go into the poem. I mean, and sometimes words just sort of surface in my mind. And does that ever happen to you as well? Like you just feel and hear words, and you turn them into
Yeah, that's right.
poems. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like the experience of poetry is very similar for many people. In the other poets you meet, they also feel, that kind of that impulse and that those flashes of inspiration, or do they know of any that just sit down and craft a poem and just, in a different way than through inspiration?
Okay. The other, you mean the inspiration that inspired me to write another poem, right? Okay, let me think about just like the peace of mind brings peace of the world, the poem. So there is a verse in this poem called "Peace of mind, like and what angel values wisdom rather than weapons, and the peace of mind, like a mercy dove, weeps for the suffering of people from the war." I mean, so when and peace of mind like cooling water, put out the fire of his heart. When you have a peaceful mind, then you can think and you can find some way to solve a tough problem. But when you lost your peaceful mind and you were controlled by anger, then you just like an angry animal, right? Then you should fight. So then I suddenly realized peace of mind brings peace of the world to the world.
Excellent. So would you like to share a poem with us?
Yeah, I can read this poem now.
Okay.
Peace of mind brings peace to the world. Peace of mind, like the serene blue sky, cuts the hurry and scurry world. Peace of mind, like a patch of green grass, holds birds and kids together. Peace of mind brings peace to the world. Peace of mind, like a cup of cooling water, puts out the fire of people's heart. Peace of mind, like a white angel, values wisdom rather than weapons. Peace of mind, like a mercy dove, weeps for the suffering of people from war. Peace of mind brings peace to the world.
Excellent. So one of the focuses I see in that is cultivating a positive inner life, and how that reflects on the world outside you. And I think that's one of the things that, cultivating peace of mind in your heart and in your mind can actually bring the world peace. People are so full of strife and they're always combative and, to each other sometimes when they're out in the world. People are sometimes full of frustrations and pettiness, and they like to be in conflict with others. And if you cultivate a peace of mind, it can help navigate some of those conflict people as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sure.
That's a beautiful poem, and I love how you use the elements like fire and water, and and you talk about like you said, the mercy dove, and one part of about healing war, the problems of war, mourning for war. That's a beautiful poem, and I like the way you use language in that as well. It's very direct.
Yeah. So when writing a poem, we just try to express the abstract concept into a vivid picture. So
right.
That's the key of the poetry. So the image gives the soul of a poetry. Yeah, that's the difference. So philosophy is abstract, right? Just reasoning, abstract reasoning. But for poetry, you should change the abstract reasoning into a vivid image.
Right. So what your poetry takes a philosophical approach to love and peace. What exactly is philosophical to you about love?
Okay, the philosophical about love is, philosophical means wisdom, right? Love is the uttermost wisdom. Without love, no human being, right? So, and then there is another poem written by me called Because of Love. So the first stanza is, because of love, we have the breath of life. So without love, we don't have the breath of life.
Right. So it's much about seeing life as love, and love is life.
That's right. Life is the result of love.
Right. So you would say that being itself is like an expression of love, and that cultivating peace of heart and mind is a way of relating in a love-like fashion to the rest of the world, that expressing love. Excellent. If you want, you can read another poem for us. You can read that one if you'd like to.
Yeah. So I also want to just read another verse in this poem. I think that's also very important.
Mhm.
Now, because of love, the fire of war then become beautiful fireworks. So fireworks means we celebrate.
Mhm.
The fire means we hate each other, right?
Mhm.
And we I'll fire you, that means hate each other. And the enemy, try to kill the enemy. Then you can turn the enemy into friends. Then the fire will become firework to celebrate the friendship.
That's an interesting wordplay as well. And you use the fire as the root there, and then you go to fireworks.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Also the wordplay is also a technique in creating poems.
Right. So do you ever come across writer's block at all? You ever sit down to write and just something is not coming to you, and you want to write something, but it just doesn't want to come to you? And if that does happen, how often does that happen to you, and how do you address that?
I only write something when an idea occurred to me. Just I was inspired then to write. I never sit and think to write. Yeah, I never sit there think for 1 hour, 2 hours to write. No, when an idea occurred to me, I immediately write down. I never sit and think.
But you just write when the moment comes, when inspiration strikes.
Yeah, then I write down the idea. Then I try to make it a beautiful poem.
Right. When you write the poem, when the idea is within you and you're trying to communicate the idea, do you ever have struggles with that?
No struggle. When the idea comes to me, I usually finish a poem just within 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Do you go through an editing process, or like when you're selecting for a full book?
Then after 10 minutes, I will try to craft the poem. Just on the whole, I think no more than half an hour, then I can write a poem.
So maybe the longest time you've taken to craft a poem, with including the editing process, is like half an hour or so, you would say?
Yeah, half an hour including editing process, but usually 10 minutes to write a poem. Yeah.
Do you feel that winning awards, when you've been given awards, does that encourage you to write more?
I think when you write, the words is to express ideas and feelings, right? So we should use the most exact words to express ideas, not to use the big words or pun or big words or some more adjective to describe your ideas. We should express our idea concisely and to the point, directed to the point. I think this is the way of writing poems.
I believe we'd like to hear the recording now of the poem from Parrot TV of one of your poems. Do we have that prepared? Mutiu, let's see if we have that prepared here.
You mean recording my poem or the read of the other people's
Yeah, he's playing it now with the music.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. That's the song. Yeah. That's the song. I collaborate with the Italian composer. Yeah. And that's the demo song for the vocal project. This Love and Jamie vocal project.
He stopped it there, but can you tell us a little bit about that? What were you saying at the beginning? What was the background for that? Who is singing there, and what is the music from?
Yeah, the music was set up by my collaborator, Italian composer Angelo Inglis, and the song was sung by Serena Nicole and a New York young singer.
Oh, excellent! So you brought somebody a little younger into the mix there to sing for the piece. It's very beautiful. I like it. It flows very well, and it's emotive. It's very
Yeah, the song
heartfelt.
was composed by Angelo Inglis, my collaborator. He is a master composer in Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I think the song can be called a classical crossover song.
Okay. So we have a remaining 6 minutes or so. One thing I wanted to ask, and it's kind of a funny question. Where did you come up with weapons of mass construction? Was that something from out of the Bush administration? You just laid off of that, or because you remember that whole?
Yeah. Oh,
that's a very
okay,
interesting phrase.
Yeah. Yeah. So, weapons of mass destruction, right, is to destruct enemies, to kill people, right? The weapons of mass construction means to change better people or even change enemy into friends. So that means weapons of construction. So that's the contrast to the weapons of destruction. So when we use the weapons of construction and all the people become good and love each other, I think there is no need to make the weapons to kill each other, right? So we change the weapons of destruction into weapons of construction.
Excellent. So you sort of flipped the phrase a little bit to mean something different.
Yeah, I want to change people's mind and heart, and
interesting.
Then so we can construct a better world. Instead of destruct a bad world, then we can construct a good world instead of destructing a bad world. So change people is more important, I think.
Right. So how does a writer cultivate peace of mind? How do you personally do that?
Yeah, I think some is the one important is you should believe in God, and God is the ultimate peace of mind. Then second, you should have some time to calm down your heart and to don't be bothered by the world. They try to reach a peaceful mind. Yeah, one is from God. The other is try to use some time to calm down your heart, your mind, and read some poems and listen to some soothing music. And I don't play the fighting games. Don't watch the war movies. Then when you watch movies, you don't have the peace of mind, right?
Right.
And also you go to the nature and to listen to the singing of birds. Then you will have peace. The God actually made a peaceful world. Human being make it hurry and hustle world and even violent world.
Right. There's definitely a division between nature and humankind and how we behave.
Yeah.
We can be very destructive and mean-spirited. And And I think what you're saying, is like cultivating peace of mind. You just go back to nature and enjoy the beauty of it, as well as enjoying peaceful music, reading poetry that cultivates your sense of beauty and wisdom and thought.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for that. If there's any people out there that you'd like to say thank you to or to say hello to, well, that will maybe watching the program that mean a lot to you, feel free to just do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will thank all the audience who watch my TV program, and I'll also send my wishes and hope that the war in the Midst can become a peace. Yeah, because we human beings are not animal. We don't eat another human being to live, right? And God supplies our abundant food to eat. I think that's all the good plan. But the people great want to get more and more, then they fight, right? So, so the last hope, I hope, the peace will come to the Middle East and to the world. The people can love each other to realize their dream.
Excellent. So, do you want to impart some final words of consolation and advice for the writers out there, for artists out there, what maybe they're struggling or trying to understand themselves? If you have anything to say to those kind of people.
Yeah, I just hope and more artists, writers can write some positive poems to promote peace, love, and dream. And I really hope some people can, I think organization or artists can join our vocal project, Peace, Love, and Dream, and to roll out this project when the pandemic ends.
Excellent. Well, so thanks, David, for joining us today. We really appreciated talking to you, and I really, enjoyed what you had to say, and I enjoyed your poetry as well. So thanks for joining us today.
Okay, thank you for your interview.
You're very welcome. This has been the New York Parrot Literary Corner. I'm Dustin.
I think your program is excellent.
Thank you.
I
like you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. This has been the New York Parrot Literary Corner. I'm Dustin Pickering. If anybody out there has a few spare bucks to spare with us for equipment and things we need for the program, paypal.me/nyparrot, and you can donate any amount you would like, any amount you can spare. And also subscribe to our channel. I can't emphasize this enough. We're looking for 1 million subscribers, 1 million people out there to subscribe to our channel and keep our programming alive for as many people in the world as we can get worldwide. We're looking for all kinds of people, creative minds, to come on our program and discuss what they do and what they feel about their craft, and to share their words and their thoughts on the current state of the world even. So thank you very much again, David, and thanks to our viewers. Again, please subscribe. This has been the New York Parrot Literary Corner.
Thank you. Bye.
Comfortable minute of